One of the best things that has come out of this generation of gaming are remakes and remasters of great titles from the past. Some from the last console generation, while others have made an even bigger leap. Games like Crash Bandicoot and Final Fantasy XII have proven that classic games still have much more life in them, and some don't even need much of a facelift. This list is a compilation of some of the games that I'd love to see on the current generation of consoles and PC. Games that were amazing when they were first released, games that are still amazing today, just stuck on exclusive older hardware. Our first entry is probably one that would surprise most of you. Wheelman. Put Vin Diesel in anything and it's instantly at badass level. Put him in a game with driving, cool action scenes, unrealistic car battling, and we get an easy excuse for a good time. Wheelman is not going to be the best game you've ever played, but it will definitely be one of the most fun. Currently, the only way you can play this one is to locate a copy for the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, or the even rarer PC adaptation. So come on, Warner Brothers, give us the remaster we deserve. Next up is everyone's favorite hip-hop brawler, Def Jam. I vividly remember playing this game for hours, days, even whole weekends. Many a sleepover was planned around the potential of defeating your friends in this over-the-top street wrestling game. Back then we would play the hell out of the single player mode, get new characters, level up our favorites, then carry our memory cards with us as we met up for hours upon hours of this now dead franchise. Being able to pit famous hip hop icons like Snoop Dogg and Sean Paul against each other was the selling point for these games, but it was the great gameplay and the company of good mates that kept us invested. At number 3, we have Lost Odyssey. Like its name, this game has been lost, buried on the Xbox brand since its release on the Xbox 360. Had it been released on the PS3 or the PC, it would have likely gained more of an interest from the JRPG crowd who mainly buy non-Xbox platforms, because of the abundance of JRPGs. Lost Odyssey had one of the most unique takes on the turn-based battle system for its time, and a plot that few other JRPGs could match. On the 360, the game was burdened by storage and technical limitations, and also distributed on multiple discs, but if it's ported to the current generation, those will be issues of the past. Our next entry is Pure Fun. Oh, and it's also named Pure. Just look at this. And this. And this too. Disney published this. Yep, that Disney. No, it didn't sell well enough at the time, but I think if it were remastered today, things would be different. Its frantic over-the-top gameplay is highly reminiscent of the beloved SSX series. Excluding 2012, of course, we don't rate that trash. Pure was originally released on the Xbox 360, PS3, and PC, but as of this post, there's no version of the game on Steam. I assume that if one is able to find a copy of the PC version, it would work, but good luck finding one. Our 5th entry on this list is Tales of Vesperia. It's no secret that I'm a huge fan of the Tales franchise. There are games that I include in almost every best of list that I create for this site, and there's a distinct reason why. A series not known for having the best story or gameplay, they're not even considered to be the best in their genre. What they are solid jack of all trades. In these fun anime style JRPGs, you get great graphics, gameplay, and solid stories. Enough to satisfy most players, and Vesperia is one of the best games in the series. With Bandai Namco successfully porting 3 of their Tales games to the PC, we're hopeful that they see it fit to do the same for Tales of Vesperia in the near future. SSX3 is the next entry to join the list. If you're old enough to remember the times when EA's slogan was "Challenge Everything," and all their games had "big" plastered all over them, then you should remember when SSX was absolutely brilliant. I do not rate the last SSX game for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. As far as I'm concerned, the last great SSX game was SSX 3. Back then, sports games defied logic. Feeling like snowboarding down a mountain at insane speeds without a shirt? Or as a cow? Then do it! This was a time when getting special characters and content wasn't something that we paid for, but rather icing on a delicious cake that we earned. No, I'm not holding any actual hope for EA to remaster or remake a good SSX game, but that shouldn't matter. Games like Yonder and A Hat in Time have proven that indie devs can revitalize classic gaming concepts that we can wholeheartedly enjoy. I'm looking at you, Tiny Bills. Make it happen. The 7th entry on our list is the tantalizing Lollipop Chainsaw. Let's face it, we all got that one trophy or achievement for getting a glorious view of where the sun don't shine. Similar to every other Suda51 game, before and after it, this is a well-designed excuse to have fun. As you play, the game pokes fun at everything, from the player to the illogical plot, and it all works so well. Lollipop Chainsaw is the video game equivalent to a well-written Adult Swim series. Its intense hilarious fun doesn't skip a single beat from beginning to end, and most of us who have played it will be happy to play it all over again on new hardware. Our final entry on the list is one of my all-time favorite games on the PlayStation 3. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Of all the games on this list, this got one of the most bizarre releases, based on one of the most epic pop culture films of all time, and even more so, it should have been ported to other platforms by now. I own a PS3 copy, but I'd much rather play it on my PS Vita, PlayStation 4 or PC, and it doesn't even need to be remastered. Pixel style gems of this quality just need to be appreciated in their purest form. Playing as Scott Pilgrim and his friends is an exhilarating experience. The levels are well designed and each character is represented so well that you'd very likely play it multiple times with different characters. The music is also some of the most fantastic you will ever experience. Ever! This is a game that's easily an excuse to get some mates together for some good old-fashioned beat-em-up goodness. Now remember, this is my list, which means that I've more than likely left out a couple games that you'd likely have chosen. So before you go, make sure to leave a comment below to let me know what games you would have chosen, as well as what you think about my list. I'll be reading every comment, so make sure to choose some really nice games. It'll be quite fun to find out what each and every one of you choose. And with that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.